having spent 7 years in the Vanarama National, I can't comprehend what's happening this season. It's a contrasting atmosphere. Run the intro. Hello then, folks, and welcome back to AFC Thames with me, DoctorBenjyFM. Good to see you. I hope I find you extraordinarily well. Now, look, what a journey it's been in this season so far. I am stunned, is the way I would put it. It's been a quite remarkable season. And the way it's going, right, the thing is with how it's going is that it can only get worse from here, really. Since we last met then, it was the game against Chelsea. I've played through a hatful of games. I thought I'd get past the next EFL trophy game before we bring you Rotherham and Hartlepool today. And as you can see, apart from bumps in the road against Barnet and a draw against Shrewsbury, what a run that was. I mean, in fact, it includes the Blackpool game in it as well. What a run that was. And there are some big boy performers in our team this year. Some of them obvious, some of them less so. Paul Ellison, who is currently out with a sports hernia, so cannot play today and has had to force us to change our whole system, really, has been a revelation at that right-wing position. 10 goals, 4 assists, a 7.48 average rating so far. Absolutely sensational. Worth being my biggest transfer ever, or it feels like one of my biggest transfers ever. Has been absolutely brilliant. Of course, the striking trio almost at this stage. Ollie Canon has been absolutely fantastic as well. 5 goals in 11 games might not look like a lot, but the fact that he's scoring at key moments, that's what's so crucial about what he's doing. Of course, we expect a big performance from this man. David Cabbage so far, again, 5 in 13. The fact is, 10 goals between them, 10 from Ellison, and then even someone that's playing here and there every so often, Ryan Edwards, another striker for us, 4 in 3 so far. Again, sometimes coming off the bench, a couple of games starting. We have got a team right now, and we highlighted the problem last season, right? We didn't have a team of goal scorers. That was our big issue. And creating a system like this allows us to have a lot more players scoring goals, and it means that in key moments we're not just relying on that one man. We're not as predictable, you could say. Of course, because of this injury to Ellison, the big player that misses out really is Latham, because we don't have other right wingers or other. It's a problem. We have to play our narrow system, a system that obviously we quite enjoy playing, and Edwards and Cabbage are forming quite a nice partnership, and then being able to bring on Olkanainen at any point. His pace is absolutely deadly. Some of the things he does in front of goals, just getting away from players and finishing things off, is absolutely sensational. Look, we've got a few tired legs in the team today, but I don't like changing. One of my big things is I really don't like changing a winning team, even if that team are playing quite well. Look, there'll be games this season where I want to be able to rest players, but again, the momentum we've got right now is something I'm desperate to keep. And the top of the table sits AFC Thames. I mean, the big thing for me is this position, 8th really. Can we stay away from 8th position? And of course, who are we playing today? That's right, 8th position in Rotherham. Some of the better sides in here, Barnet, we're one of those, of course, have given us problems here and there, but generally speaking, we have been a team very, very difficult to stop. Now, don't get me wrong, Paul Ellison has been a huge part of that, and he's missed the most recent games, Blackpool and Leyton Orient through injury. But of course, as you've just seen, both games, whether they be the league or the cup competition, they have flourished regardless, really. And it's been a real fun time. It's a contrasting atmosphere. There's not much else to say. It feels amazing watching this team play. They play with an energy and a verve, and I hope that today against Rotherham and Hartlepool we get to see it all over again. It's Accrington Stanley last time out, and against Chelsea we saw a bit of it. I hope we continue it here today. So without any further ado, let's get into these Rotherham and Hartlepool games and run you through the team first things first for that match. So in goal, Canon comes in. Now it's interesting with Canon. Him and Luke Bell have been sharing it, really. That there's been a little bit of football for both of them. Six appearances so far for Luke Bell. If you look over at Canon as well, you can see there 11 appearances for him. Both keeping clean sheets though, so I've got no complaints really. And it's nice having 2 goalkeepers that can interchange whenever you feel necessary. Butler, Ralph, Andrews and MacArthur are forming quite a decent backline. You can see the last 5 games, Ralph and Andrews have been playing really, really well together. So I don't want to change that out right now either. The man that falls victim to that really is McBride, who has been a real mainstay recently. But these two players in recent times have been really, really good. He can, though, today come back on the bench, and we'll do that for our goalkeeper. You can see his games recently not been quite as good. McKinney, Tuttle, Retinho, and Barras will be our midfield 4. Again, Fitzpatrick could come in, but we've just had some really good performances recently. Tuttle on the 6.82. It's similar to Fitzpatrick, who's been out of the team with his suspensions or little injuries here and there, and he's unhappy the squad hasn't been strengthened. He needs to shut his mouth as far as I'm concerned. Barras in front, just so consistently good at keeping the ball. Man, I've mentioned in previous seasons, right? When you give away the ball, you're just giving teams, especially better teams, opportunities to break, especially when you're in forward areas and you leave yourself more exposed. You don't get that with Barras. I mean, cue a misplaced pass later in this episode, but man, he's really, really good at keeping things ticking along, despite his average ratings not being that good. Performance-wise, I'm really impressed. And of course, Cabbage and Edwards up front. Let's see then. Can we do the business? I hope so. Today's mug of choice, not me, will be my KFC mug. Thank you to KFC for my KFC mug. It's chicken. All right then, Renatinho is a little Renatinho. Oh, why is it so challenging? I only say it in the episodes, obviously. I'm not sitting here going, oh, great goal, Renatinho. It's just not happening. As much as you probably wish and hope that I'm commentating while not recording videos, it's just not. I wish it was true. It's not true. All right, their team now then. Again, not a team or not players that I'm familiar with. But of course, the longer we stay in this division, the more I'll get to know them. Hopefully that's not the case. But a win today to me feels like a real statement. Rotherham then, the home side. Thames wearing the famous yellow and black of Dr. Benji branding, if anyone was ever confused as to why. All right, Fox clears it forward. And are these a little quick for you? I think I was doing something. Oh, yeah, I mean, they're sorry, everyone. All right, first highlight of the game. McKinney, as he races forward with it, this is a little bit in the way to see who's in the penalty area as the shot hits the side netting. Rotherham have packed out the stand today. This is sort of the dream for Thames, I think, having a stadium that looks similar to this. Rotherham, I never thought it says, Rotherham are living my dream, viewers. So maybe one day. All right, we're attacking. We've started pretty well. 20 minutes gone. We are the most dominant side so far as Cabbage picks this up as that. I mean, he's trying to kill Cabbage. Flipping it, John is going to get sent off. We sung about John recently. Ahmed John off the pitch. I mean, you cannot be doing that. They're going down to 10 men, which in Football Manager this year is, some people see as a strength. So that is a worry. But that, viewers, that was lethal and absolutely unnecessary. We're just going to bring it up on this side as MacArthur throws the ball in. You keep an eye on the game for me. As Edwards in space. Oh, he's got to do better there. They've gone for a very, I dare say, very narrow diamond. And this is where I wish, and we might still change to it anyway, I really wish we had Ellison on the pitch. They changed something very, very late there, I noticed. Analytically, again, we're not really pushed up high enough considering they've got 10 men now. So we're going to have to change things. I'm curious as well, what did they switch to at the very end there? They're playing a wider player now. I think we push and change to our wider system, and we bring on Latham. We probably keep Tuttle on because of the yellow card to Renatinho, and again, he's just sort of recycling the ball anyway. We could bring Fitzpatrick on. I think the moves we make here then, we bring on Latham on that one side as the inside forward, cutting in, support duty, and then on the other side, we go for Ollie Kanainen, who on this, for whatever reason, on this right-hand side, cutting in has been an absolute terror. So we're going to go with him, and we'll see if that can break the deadlock in this game. I'm happy with the performance so far. It's okay. Again, it's a draw against a decent side in this division, and it's now a case of can we turn that into a win? And again, if they keep playing this narrow system, that suits us down to the ground. Right now, it's just a case of we're not seeing goals. We're definitely dominating the game as Ollie's under that, as the ball's cleared away. Ralph is going to get there first, and hopefully, again, we can turn this bit of possession into a goal. Latham, who just brought on, remember, ball swung in. Cabbage is there. Oh, it's a wonderful leap from Cabbage, who, I think I said it last episode, some players just perform better in higher divisions, and it feels like that was never going to be the case. But it is the case, and Cabbage, it seems like one of those players. He's such a presence in this league, and goals like this sum it up. That's not his first header he scored this season. Cabbage heads down from a brilliant Latham cross, and now then, we have the lead, and now it's a case of holding on to it, right? It's weird going into every game. This is the weirdest thing, going into every game feeling like, we're going to win this. And that's how this team feels right now as Butler gets it down from McKinney as he puts another cross in. Latham's there this time, cleared away to MacArthur, who is our left back, who right now is under threat from a 16-year-old that plays in Wales. But MacArthur forward again. Oh, the cross in that time, not particularly good. It'd be interesting to have two really good left backs. One obviously really, really young. Oh, MacArthur though, look at that. Brilliant tracking from him. Get a load of it and then races forward to support Latham in attacking areas. He's got Cabbage in front of him. The ball switched to this other side. Ollie Kanainen. Right, these two boys, Philippe, Philop. I'm changing up. I'm trying to. It's a bit more disco. That wasn't it. Let's be honest. As the ball across is absolutely fantastic. There's Ollie. One touch and oh my, the bend on it. Oh, delicious. I don't remember him being this good when I had him. It's amazing. It's amazing he doesn't start. I don't remember him being this good when we had him previously. He was good, but like, was he that good? Could you do that? I don't remember him doing that. I mean, whatever he learned at Birmingham and then subsequently wherever he went after that, I don't know. I should have absolutely made changes here to freshen things up. But regardless, we'll take the 2-0 away win in a game that I said before, if we win, the gap between ourselves and the team in 8th, is it? Gets that little bit wider. Something's happening here, viewers, and I'm loving it. You're witnessing history. This is Thames history. The fact that we were in the division below so much, and then the transfer window was so strong. We now sit on 37 points, 11 ahead of the sides that are battling. I mean, they've got games in hand, but still, right now, 11 points ahead of 7th, as the example. Look at us fly, viewers. Next up then, Hartlepool very mid-table, so it should be, I hope to be, a routine win. I was going to say we never have routine wins, but we do all the time. It's what we do now. We make it 5 unbeaten, as our current form is looking very, very, very strong. And again, we're doing this without Ellison, who is the star of this season for us so far, and even without him, because we've got this secondary system, suspensions, yes, because we've got this secondary system, it just means that we've got a bit more freedom to continue to play the way we want to play, and it makes it so much easier than having that one defined system. That comes from having a deep squad, by the way. The fact that I can now change it up, and we've got strikers that I feel comfortable playing and still feel like we've got a chance of winning, the possibilities that have been unlocked by having so much more wage makes me think that me as a full manager player, I finally, and right now I was going against the house every single time. I was betting against myself every single time. And now I'm counting cards at the blackjack table. My ability at full manager, for as much as it might be mocked in comment sections and on Twitter and things like this, actually is now giving me a substantial edge against the computer, basically. And now we can hopefully start to roll things forward until we maybe get to the Championship or the teams coming down from the Championship to League One. But this season, I feel like, because, again, the salary cap next year as well, it means that my ability to go out and find these players and create a team that is this good compared to the rest of the league, that is my edge. That is me knowing Football Manager, knowing the players that I want to sign, and then being able to put a system and a team together that I know will work in these types of divisions. I've managed in these divisions many times before in series, so I know them well. And so far, the proof is very much in a Thames tasting pudding. It's just nice feeling competent, viewers. That's all I'm saying. I don't want to. Let's not get too grandiose about it. You know, I'm beating Rotherham. Everyone calm down. I win 2-0 against Rotherham in front of you, and I turn into Pep Guardiola. We've got boom boom Guardiola. We've got Guardiola. We've got. Oh dear. That's what the fans sing. That's not me. That's, if anything, that's you. That's what you've been singing from the stands. Guardiola. Yep. Discuss the issue with Arnold. So he's not playing as much because Butler is. I'm going to have to just say, mate, there's a lot of football to play. Just be patient. There'll be a moment probably when he gets injured and you can play, which is not what I've said, but that's what I mean. Okay, halfway through these games, I just want to say, because I think people often ask the question and don't know, I say I stream a lot, but I don't necessarily say when. I stream on Twitch from 1 o'clock through till 5 p.m. pretty much every single day. So pre-Thames, we sort of have like a pre-match build-up for 4 hours long playing a save with Marbella. So if you're ever interested in watching the streams, they start, as I say, 1 o'clock till 5 o'clock. I'm streaming every day this week other than Thursday, because Thursdays is my stream day off. But of course, there's videos every day. So twitch.tv, / DoctorBenjy. If you ever got the afternoon and you're wondering, I need something to do, I'm sick of watching Friends again, then you can come find me over on Twitch. Again, links all in the description. We have a lot of fun over at Marbella. Liquid Marbella. We're currently battling Serie. Nope. We're currently battling La Liga. Know which division you're in before you start publicising it. Currently battling in La Liga. We've had a bit of a Europa League run. We've like in 5 seasons, we've turned ourselves into La Liga contenders, and by contenders I mean battling for 6th. All right then, second game of the episode, and you can see we've got a few issues in midfield, especially. I think Fitzpatrick coming in and playing a box-to-box role wouldn't see. The more I look at his attributes, the more I think that's probably actually not a particularly good idea. Again, at right back, I mentioned actually to him recently that he'd get to play. So Gavin Arnold comes in for Butler in that particular position. Of course, we've got the likes of Simon Lay there if we want to bring him into the box-to-box role. Beanie is another really good option for us in that position. I think he's probably the most logical because he can dribble, he can do a little bit more on the ball. Latham can't play there naturally, despite the fact we wanted to probably get him into the side. So I think we probably go Beanie here. I mean, we could play Tussle across to that side, maybe. Actually, I think that's probably more likely the move. Again, you basically just see the process there. So if Fitzpatrick's going to come in, play as the ball winning midfielder. Again, he's on a lot of money, so get him back in the side, Ben, for heaven's sake. And yeah, the bench obviously gets filled up with those other midfield options. Simon Lake, come on then, have a go on the bench. Why not? The rest of the side is going to remain completely unchanged as it looks pretty good. I mean, I say unchanged. I think Ollie's going to have to play. He's going to come on. The problem with these two playing up front, there's a reason we play Edwards. Edwards is right-footed. These two up front right now, both left-footed. So there's a reason we have to change it. We'll see, though. Again, if it's not working out, we've got a striker off the bench who comes on and scores goals, as you've seen from his attributes and stats. Okay, then. Here we go. Hartlepool United. Is this going to be another statement from Thames? Is it going to continue our winning run? I hope so. Let's find out together. All right, the game's underway. We're going to start things off with a corner for Hartlepool, which I think has hit the crossbar, actually, and gone behind, as Hartlepool have brought a lot of fans to the game. As we always do, 10 to 15 minutes in, we try to encourage, and hopefully that will give them a little bit more oomph as if to say, oh, yes, we are playing football, we'll try. Of course, Rotherham went down to 10 in the last game. That gave us a big advantage, as already Ollie might have got a tight hamstring, and they're already suggesting that Edwards comes off the bench and maybe starts. We've got a corner. We're going to play it short. I know that much. It's going to be a question of will it go to the edge of the box or will Barras pick out the perfect pass? Oh, my word. It's saved somehow. The shot goes in. I don't really know. I mean, in slow... Sorry, viewer. I feel like this is a thing that I want to see again. In slow motion, what did this look like? As the ball goes in to Ollie here, what? Does the keeper save it? Does it hit the post? What exactly happens? He hits it with his right foot. The keeper, Boric, looks well beaten as the shot goes in. Is this just a miraculous save? Oh, no. What? So it hits the post and then he manages to flick it away while saving it. Okay, well, I mean, yeah, sure. Whatever you say, game. Whatever you say. We're actually keeping the pressure on from that highlight. Barras is in on goal. The shot is blocked. Brilliantly slides, tackle blocks as Barras again trying to put the ball in, but now goes out for a throw in. A decent chance for us though, as this is developing straight into another highlight. Ollie's on it again to Fitzpatrick, who's ball in towards Cabbage, and the movement from Cabbage, it seemed unrealistic to a degree, viewers, but it's Thames 1, Hartlepool 0, and David Cabbage's movement to get a header running backwards, the power on the header was pretty outrageous as well. We'll watch it again. It starts with the throw-in, of course. Ollie then lays it off. Fitzpatrick just floats it to the back post. Cabbage pulls off his man and then heads into the far post. It's a lovely header. Thames 1, Hartlepool 0, as we're going to see it again. The fact that they're questioning whether this is offside, considering where he ends up to actually head the ball, is ridiculous. They're playing an Enganche, Hartlepool. I mean, you're not playing in Sao Paulo, boys. I don't know what they think. They're in Brazil here. As Coates or Quates, probably Coates, if they're playing in Hartlepool, is on the ball on that side. Ball played into the centre. A massive header from Arnold. Really good clearance from him. Of course, we've got the two boys up front, ready to go. They're in 2v2 situations as well, which is just what we're looking for. If we can win the ball back, it goes through. Canon stays on his line. I mean, it would turn out to be the right decision, but it felt like it gave them a chance we didn't need to give them. As at half-time then, Thames 1, Hartlepool 0. Analytically then, you can see we're still playing quite deep, which I don't really like. I like us to be a little bit more aggressive on the front foot. You kind of allow sides to come at you a little bit more, but we are winning. So there's that to be said. And the one ball that they played in behind did look quite dangerous. So with all that in mind, I'm going to stay with how we are for now, but knowing that we can maybe bring some players off the bench. Again, Ollie, if he's got a little tight hamstring, then we'll get him off. We'll bring Edwards on. But so far, so good. As they've gone for a 5 at the back. I mean, no reason to do anything now. They are basically saying, well, come and attack us then. And we're going to say, okay, fair enough. They've gone for this, I can't really figure this out. They've gone for a 5 at the back system. Ollie's in there. Fitzpatrick's going to recycle that towards Cabbage. What a a pass, what a ball, what a goal. Cabbage makes it 2. Fitzpatrick and Cabbage combined for the second time in the game. The 5 at the back system that Hartlepool deployed, I can't really figure out why they've done it, if I'm being completely honest. MacArthur into Cabbage, and then watch the run of Cabbage here. As the ball breaks, he just sort of floats and waits as they come out from the back line. It's a brilliant ball from Fitzpatrick's passing is not high. That pass room there suggests it should be about 25. Unbelievable. All right, Ollie's having a frustrating game so far, so we're going to get him off. Edwards is going to be the man to replace him, and Barras is going to come off for Dylan, of course, a player we've seen many times play behind the likes of Cabbage, as they are sticking with this 5 at the back, 4 there. I mean, a defensive midfielder and a ball-in midfielder. Then McLaughlin has a false 9. I told you I've got an edge in this division, and whoever's manager of Hartlepool here should be ashamed of themselves. This is bizarre. They've now changed for another time to a 5 system, or like a 3 system with players in between. I said I've got an edge. If they come back now, I'll be devastated, viewers. As the ball to the back post is cut back across, and it's found its way in. It's disallowed, actually, for offside. Who is offside in that instance? Is it the guy on the right side, the right winger here? As the ball's drilled across, is it this man there? It is just behind me. I don't know if you could quite see it, but he was, I'm going to say, marginally off. All right, so we're still attacking here. I'm just realising that with this 2-0 win, we should probably go a little bit more cautious. We should probably try and waste time, as we're going to get on the ball here, though. Dylan heads on to Edwards. He's got Cabbage near him, of course, on a hat-trick now as well, Cabbage, as Fitzpatrick picks it up, finds Arnold on that side, who, considering he doesn't play every game, has come in, and he's done really well. As he's breaking forward here again. We know Cabbage is in the penalty area, finds Tuttle nearly, not quite. Fitzpatrick picks it up again. I kind of want the third now. I kind of want the Cabbage hat-trick if it's going to happen. It's MacArthur now, as he's racing forward. The ball in towards Edwards. It's a brilliant touch. Oh my goodness me. Ryan Edwards, his scoring run does continue. Wasn't effective in the previous game, to the point where we changed the system, but in this one you can see why he's so dangerous. Comes on, 1 chance, 1 goal. Thames 3, Hartlepool 0. How do you feel about this watching? It must feel quite unnatural for you. You've watched so many games of abject nothing, and you can just see from the goals and the way we're playing, there's a quality to what we do. It must feel strange to watch when I think about it. It must feel weird, because again, you've seen not this for so long, as we're not even done in this game, it feels like. Dylan, again, Cabbage still on the hat-trick. I'd love it if he got it, but we're playing Hartlepool here, who are sort of a mainstay of like the League 2 Vanarama National level, and we're nearly getting a 4th. We're just destroying them. Like, there's no other word for it. I'm wearing the t-shirt for a reason. It is a contrasting atmosphere, like such a contrasting atmosphere from what we've seen in previous seasons, that we could be in the Prem in 3 years. Yeah, think about it. It could happen. We could go on. I mean, no, I just remember the Championship. As the tackles are flying in, by the way, the blocks are being made, and Hartlepool cannot break down the Thames wall as that shot goes wide. It's going to end 3-0. It's sensational. And there we are then. It is all over. Thames 3, Hartlepool 0. Our lead at the top of the table is only getting, hopefully, stretched out even further, because the teams behind us so far have been winning games, which makes it look less impressive to some degree. We'll just check it out then. I'm loving it. What can I say? It's an absolute joy to manage, and those 7 years, 6 of which were complete disappointments in the Vanarama National, finally feel worth it. We are 11 points clear of Barnet in 8th position. The playoffs, see, that's my mindset right now. The playoffs are looking more secure by the game. Look, we're a third of the way through. There's a long way to go in this league season, but what an opening third it has been. And now we look forward to whatever comes next. It's been, like I say, a quite sensational start, and hopefully you enjoy watching it. I should say, I did say there's going to be uploads on Saturday and on Sunday. Yesterday, I had my second COVID vaccine on Saturday. That was enjoyable. I just felt so lethargic yesterday. It wasn't video worthy. But thank you for the love, I should say, on Saturday's episode and on Fridays as well. Absolutely smashing it out of the park. We are closing in on 100,000 subscribers. We're still a while away, but I think I'm going to just keep mentioning at this point. I don't know what we're at right now. I'm just going to check as I'm still recording the video. We are up to, because we were very close to 94,000, and we're over it. So thank you so much, 94,000 subscribers. It's been a journey, this, and thank you so much for being a part of it. I will see you tomorrow for a whole lot more. 5 p.m. and remember, streaming 1 till 5 pretty much every single day. So with love, with care, for it's just the next time. I'll see you again soon. Goodbye. This team, these boys,